Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Madhu Kushwaha, Assistant Professor in SIRT Pharmacy, Bhopal. The topic name is Potassium Sparing Diuretics and Osmotic Diuretics. Potassium sparing diuretics is aldosterone antagonist. Spironolactone is a potassium sparing diuretics, also called as water pills, that prevents your body from absorbing too much salt and keeps your potassium levels from getting too low. Spironolactone is used to treat heart failure, high blood pressure, hypertension, or hypokalemia. Potassium sparing levels in the blood. Classification of potassium sparing diuretics. The first category is potassium sparing diuretic, also called aldosterone antagonist. The drug name is spironolactone and alprazolam. And second category is potassium sparing diuretics, renal epithelial sodium channel. The drug name is amiloride or trimetrane. This is the mechanism of action of spironolactone. Spironolactone is act on aldosterone receptor and undergoes. They antagonize the action of aldosterone receptor and act on aldosterone and give the action of loss of sodium and water, hyperkalemia, some risk of acidosis, and 2 to 5% of filtered sodium is normally reabsorbed in the collecting duct. So first we will start with when your body depleted salt and water, renin is produced and converts angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2, and these angiotensin 2 do many functions and go in zona glomerulosa, the part of the adrenal cortex. They force to release of aldosterone, and these aldosterone enters into blood, then go to basolateral membrane and principal cells, and these aldosterone is lipid soluble substance, steroid derivatives, and these aldosterone goes in principal cells and do many functions, and aldosterone bind with aldosterone receptor and receptor will active. These aldosterone receptor has one hormone binding domain and other is DNA binding domain. When aldosterone is bind with receptor, it activates the DNA binding domain is activated. Receptor and aldosterone translocated into nucleus. When this receptor does not have aldosterone, so DNA binding domain part is not activated. If aldosterone binding with aldosterone, this receptor is activated. When this complex aldosterone plus receptor and DNA activated, transported to nucleus. In it, they have many genes. When these genes are activated, this gene is activated by the complex. This complex name is aldosterone receptor. When genes are activated, mRNA are formed, and these mRNA translated into proteins. Proteins is a group of proteins, AIP, aldosterone induced proteins. These proteins do many works. This AIP will active the inactive sodium channel it capable to reabsorb sodium normally. It active on those channels which insertion of channel in membrane. Third is the synthesize more channel. These channel become a part. And fourth is AIP, aldosterone induced protein also activates sodium potassium ATPases become more active. Fifth is AIP rapidly translocated sodium potassium ATPases on cell membrane. And sixth is formation of sodium potassium ATPases channel. So the cell become very poor in sodium and rich in calcium. Then these area will more electronegative. When these area more electronegative, so more and more calcium influx in lumen is higher and cause calciuresis and acidosis. So it can be little natriuresis, diuresis, and so we can say anti-caliuretic drug. When we use aldosterone drug and spironolactone, and spironolactone act on aldosterone receptor, and this aldosterone receptor is antagonized, and no more functions are performed by AIP. No functions are performed by AIP. This AIP is aldosterone induced protein do many functions with cell or within cell, and this is the mechanism of action of aldosterone receptor drug is spironolactone. Spironolactone mechanism of action binds to mineralocorticoid receptor, block aldosterone activity, competitive antagonist, and aldosterone induced protein sodium channel not expressed, decrease reabsorption of sodium and water, and secretion of potassium. Potassium loss in urine is decreases and more in lumen. Uses of spironolactone. Spironolactone is used in high blood pressure and heart failure. Lowering high blood pressure helps prevent strokes, heart attacks, and kidney problems, swelling, edema, heart failure, and liver diseases, breathing problems, side effect, digestive, gastric bleeding, ulceration, gastritis, diarrhea and cramping, nausea, vomiting, and postmenopausal bleeding and breast pain. In hypersensitivity, fever and urticaria and metabolism, hyperkalemia and electrolyte disturbances, and nervous system, psychiatric is lethargy, mental confusion, ataxia, dizziness, headache, and drowsiness. Second, trimetrin and amyloride. Trimetrin and amyloride block sodium transport channels, resulting in the decrease in sodium-potassium exchanges. Second is, although they have a potassium-sparing diuretic action similar to that of the aldosterone antagonist, their ability to block the sodium-potassium exchange site in the collecting tubule does not depend on the presence of aldosterone. Like the aldosterone antagonist, these agents are not very efficacious diuretic. Both trimetrin and amyloride are commonly used in combination with other diuretics, usually for their potassium sparing properties. The side effect of trimetrin include increased uric acid, renal stones, and potassium retention. Then adverse effect of amylorides and trimethoprim. The adverse effect of amyloride is nausea, diarrhea, headache, decreases entry of lithium in CD cells, lithium-induced diabetes insipidus, and trimethoprim's adverse effects are impaired glucose tolerance, photosensitivity, rise in blood urea. Doses and combination of the thiazide drugs, potassium sparing drugs, trade name potassium sparing agent, hydrochlorothiazide, acetazide, aldactone, diazide, direnium, inspra, maxide and maxide 25 mg, midamor and modiuratic. And potassium agents are spironolactone, trimethoprim, alprazolam, and hydrochlorothiazide in mg 50 mg, 25 mg, 50 mg, 25 mg, and 50 mg. And last and most important is osmotic diuretics. Osmotic diuretics are hydrophilic chemical substances that are filtered through the glomerulus, such as mannitol and urea, result in some degree of diuresis. Filtered substances that undergo little or no reabsorption will cause an increase in urinary output. The presence of these substances result in a higher osmolarity of the tubular fluid and prevents further water reabsorption, resulting in osmotic diuresis. Because osmotic diuretics are used to increase water excretion rather than sodium excretion, they are not useful for treating conditions in which sodium retention occurs. They are used to maintain urine flow following acute toxicity ingestion of substances capable of producing acute renal failure. Osmotic diuretics are a mainstay for treatment for patients with increased intracranial pressure or acute renal failure due to shock, drug toxicities, and trauma. Last point is maintaining urine flow preserves long-term kidney function and may save the patient from dialysis. This is the mechanism of action of mannitol and osmotic diuretics. Mannitol increases the water in lumen area. Water is permeable for cell membrane. Mannitol cause loss of water, reduced intracellular volume, and hypernatremia risk. Osmotic diuretics mechanism of action. Osmotic diuretics are not reabsorbed, increases osmotic pressure specifically in the proximal tubule and loop of Henle, prevents passive reabsorption of water, increased sodium excretion. Then uses of osmotic diuretics is drug of choice, non-toxic, freely filtered, non-reabsorbable. Second, administered prophylactically for serious disease and surgery. The examples of osmotic diuretics include mannitol, urea, and glycerol is the example of osmotic diuretics. Thank you.